How the heck are you guys? I'm Fastidious. Welcome back to the channel. Very exciting day today in Watcher of Realms. We have the first ever choice exclusive forge. This essentially is a rate up on a specific artifact in the forge. We've had an artifact rate up before, but that was specifically in the Titan forge. This is in the exclusive forge. So, because it's in the exclusive forge, we have to use these exclusive materials, the Gleaming Meteorite, which give the best chances to hit exclusive artifacts in the entire game. Every pull is coming with a 20% chance for exclusives, so on average, every 10 pulls, you're getting 2. So you can see right here behind me, right there, I've got 64 pulls worth of Gleaming Meteorites, which means on average, I should hit 12 exclusives. Now, when you make this choice on which exclusive you want to rate up, because you can only choose one, it's really important you make the right choice for your account. And all 6 of these exclusive artifacts are really good. They know exactly what they're doing. They plan this out properly. It's a tough choice. So in this video, I'm gonna keep it really short and sweet. I'll quickly review each artifact just so you know what they all do. And then at the end, I'm gonna make my choice and I'm gonna explain what choice I think you guys could make. I might do a little ranking, but most likely I'll just tell you what I think you should pick, because I do think, depending on your situation, the choice should be pretty dang clear. So let's get into it. We're gonna go down the list. You can see here, these are the 6 characters with exclusives that you can choose from. Let's start with Pierre. So this is the newest artifact to come to the game, and this one is very good. It is very, very good. It is a great way to increase his attack, just like how you could increase his attack with a Tear of Twilight, but it doesn't come with any penalty, right? So it starts at 20% increase attack. It's gonna go up to 30% as you promote it, and there's no penalty like you get with the Tear of Twilight. If you don't know what I mean, let's go over the Wisdom Forge and I can quickly find the Tear of Twilight for you once I get out of these exclusives. Here you go. You do have the 20% increase at base up to 30% with max promotion, but that is cut in half when the HP is lower than 80%. So it's 10% when it's at base promotion, 15% when you are at max promotion. But it's really significant with Pierre because you actually want his health very low in a lot of content, because when you're running him as a chaotic unit, he gets huge boosts from the chaotic lords when his HP is under 30%. He also has a lot of mechanisms, whether you like it or not, to decrease his own HP. He cuts it when he ults, he cuts it when he's deployed. He's gonna have lower HP, he's gonna be under 80% a lot, and you kinda can't lean on the Tear of Twilight. But Pierre is a phenomenal DPS, so you absolutely want his attack as high as possible. So for that reason, you might want to choose the Painter's Palette, because this by a mile is his best in slot. Now, getting to the whole second part, his Prismark can actually function very nicely as a tank in a lot of content. You should go watch my single target arena video I did with Chatty, Z-Chatty, great creator, go check out his channel too. This at base and all the way to max promotion just has a locked in 50% physical and magic damage reduction for his Prismark summon. And that's the main way he deals damage. That's his main deployable unit that's actually on melee tiles. That is very, very good, and that's locked in at base promo. So even at base promo, the Painter's Palette full stop is his best in slot. If this was base promo plus 10, it is Pierre's best in slot artifact. It is crazy. So that's gonna be Pierre. Up next, we have Rosalia, and this is another very cool artifact. It's very similar to a lot of artifacts we already have that are non-exclusive, but it does have one extra bonus. So this artifact here is going to increase her AoE damage by 20%. This is the part that scales with promotions, so it's 20% at base promo, all the way up to 30% at max promo. That is very nice, but we can get that from one of the new normal artifacts, non-exclusive artifacts, that I can show you right here. If I scroll down to the non-exclusives, you can see we got this new artifact recently, Hate's Contagion. This is going to increase AoE damage by 15%, and that's actually going to go up and up and up. And this can be the biggest damage boost you get because it scales with promotions and you can get additional increases in AoE damage of 1%. So with promotions, this goes up by 1% each time. So it can be a 20% AoE damage boost and it's going to be another 10% with those 10 stacks. So it is a very reliable, near permanent 30% increase in AoE damage at max promotion with any AoE content where you have stuff to hit consistently. It does not take long at all. So that is very comparable. The big thing that is added with Rosalia's exclusive, let's go back to that now, is going to be the slows. So in some content, that's really good, right? It's a good slow. A 50% slow is nice. It's pretty consistent whenever someone's passing over the painted tiles. She's going to put out 3 rows of painted tiles. You can go watch my Rosalia guide. But the reason I don't think it's that important for a lot of content is you're going to be running her as a cultist. She's a cultist, and you'll have other people putting out slows. In content where no one's putting out slows or crowd control effects, this is essential because it's good crowd control, and most importantly, it's enabling the crowd control damage boosts that the cultist lords give, among other things, right? But I actually don't think you need this for a lot of content, and if you don't have high promotions on this, but you do on the Hate's Contagion, for example, or even on some other really nice options, let's go back to the Titan Forge. You can see here, Frigid Flame is excellent, right? This is huge if you have content where she's not consistently getting hit at all. So you have her behind the wall in Gear Aid 1. That's going to be a 33% damage boost, as you see, so that's even higher. You've got the Realm tier here, which is really, really good. She's got immense range. This is kind of crazy for her. This is about a 40% damage increase that she's going to get. It's really good stuff. There's a lot of options. If she's killing things consistently, Eye of Sin is another way to get 30% damage boost. So though her exclusive is really nice, it's not actually necessarily best in slot in all content. If you just need damage. If you also want the slows, it's awesome, but I don't think this is necessarily the greatest choice. And you can get a copy, at least 1 copy, if not 2, if you're on top of the events, for free right now, just from the Shard Assembly event. The Shard Summoning, Shard Assembly event to actually get her exclusive. So I really don't think this is the best choice, though it is a pretty good exclusive artifact. Let's continue on now with our third option. So Lubu has an extremely strong exclusive. The knock against Lubu, though he is fantastic and he's even stronger after his recent buff, he's not to the level of like a Pierre or a Daochan or a Beelzebub, who are also featured here. He's also not to the level of Rosalia. So he's not the best hero of the bunch, though this is a phenomenal exclusive weapon. You can see here at base, it's going to increase his AoE damage by 15%. Most importantly, though, it expands the range of his Chaos Strike. This is really important for AoE Arena. And when Chaos Strike gets a kill, it's going to reduce the trigger interval of the next one. So he can do many Chaos Strikes. If you want to see how it scales, the only thing that changes is the damage increase. This is a very, very good exclusive if you want to use Lubu. If you have all the other ones and you like Lubu and you don't have it, definitely go for it because it's super strong. But if you're missing that one, but you're also missing like Naza or Pierre or something, I definitely don't think you should go for Lubu, even though he has one of the strongest exclusives here. Next on our list is going to be Daochan. Here is her exclusive, the Phoenix Feather Fan. This one is very nice. She's going to increase her attack by 5%. When Serenade of Hope reaches maximum stacks, she's going to gain an extra 10% healing bonus, so it helps her both as a support for damage or as a healer when she's in kind of the damage reduction mode. So black and white mode were both good. Also, when Song of Sorrow reaches max stacks, so her passive when she's in the black mode, best mode, where you usually run her, she's going to increase her attack by another 3%. So basically, if you keep her in black mode, she's always going to receive an 8% base attack boost, which is very nice because she's an inspiration hero. But the other things from it with promotions, they're not the craziest in the world. The healing bonus goes up, but we don't care about that for a lot of content because we're not running her in the white mode, Serenade of Hope. We're running her in the black mode, Song of Sorrow. The reason you do really want it is for that 8%, and most importantly, just to get promotions to increase that attack contribution from the actual artifact, right? So it's going to go all the way up to 1497 when you get her to promo 5. You can augment it. You just want her attack as high as possible. She's the queen of inspiration in this game. The reason I don't think this necessarily is a great choice, even though it is her definitive best in slot, is you need a couple promotions for it to really shine and to be better than a maxed out Golden Scarab. But also, if we go to the actual event we have live right now at the time of this exclusive Forge raid up, it's available in the Redeem Shop, so you're guaranteed a copy here. Do you go for this and then still pick it on the exclusive raid up for dupe copies? If you have everything else, maybe, but because Rosalia and Pierre are new and because there are such good other options, I think it's a pretty weak choice. Also, I should have mentioned this on Lubu, his artifact is also here. So that's just another reason to definitely not pick Lubu unless you have everything and you just want promotions for Lubu. You can get the Halberd right here, right? So I just don't think that's the choice either. Something that totally could be the choice is the next on our list, and that is going to be Naza. Naza is a top 5 non-lord in the game. He's arguably the best DPS in the game. He is outrageously good. So let's show his artifact off right now. You can see it right here, the Fire-Tipped Spear. This is going to be a damage boost. It starts at 20%, it goes up to 30%. That is very relevant that it's not AoE damage, it's just damage because he can deal both single target damage and AoE damage depending on the situation. Naza is crazy. The key thing though, each time he attacks with alternating weapons, which is all the time, he's always switching between his weapons, he's going to increase his attack by 5%. This stacks 3 times, so that's another 15% boost in attack on top of the damage boost. I've got a maxed out exclusive for Naza here. I actually put a couple of mythic essences on it. That's how valuable I thought it was, because it's really good. You can see it at max here. The damage goes up to 30. Everything else stays the same, but very consistently, you're going to get 30% damage increase, and you're going to get an increase of attack by 15%. That's going to be like another 30% damage increase depending on the content. It's one of the best exclusives in the game for one of the best heroes in the game. This is a must-have exclusive. It's definitively his best in slot. I think this, along with Pierre's, completely top tier. Finally, we have Beelzebub. It's a very interesting exclusive artifact. With promotions, it's undeniably his best in slot. Just like Pierre in content where he's going to take damage, though he doesn't self-inflict damage, so it's not as much content where you need this. You do want his attack as high as possible, so there is the same kind of issue with the tiered Twilight. You don't want his HP ever dropping below 80%, which totally could happen in certain content. So this is the most reliable way to keep his attack high. That being said, there's plenty of content you can keep him over 80% basically for an entire fight. Like, you really easily can do it in a lot of important content. So the tiered Twilight with 30% is just gonna be the best until you have promotions for this. When you have promotions for this, this becomes his best in slot because you get that 30%, it's locked in, there's no negative condition, and you get the additional benefit of him getting guaranteed hits from his putrid flies. You're getting an increase in damage. That stuff's all really cool, but he's not going to be a damage dealer for most content. Over a long fight like Matrix, it will lead to several million damage, so it's not nothing. That definitely makes it his best in slot, but you do need promotions for it to feel very valuable. All in all, 6 top heroes in this game. Some of the absolute best as well with Daochan, Naza, and Beelzebub. All 3 of those guys are in my top 5 for the best non-lord heroes in the game. The devs knew what they were doing here, making the decision hard. Rosalia also is phenomenal, just slightly more niche than those other guys. She's an S+ hero, undeniably. Lubu is also fantastic, just one step below, though very important for the content he excels in. And then Pierre has a shot to crack into that top 5, definitely has a really good shot to crack into the top 10 for best non-lord heroes in the game, so it's a tough choice. Which do I think you should pick? Naza or Pierre? I think those are the 2 best of the bunch, and I think these are just incredible heroes. If you already have Naza and you already have some essence you can invest into it, this is going to be the best way to pick up the base copy of Pierre's artifact. We have a guaranteed way to get everything else except for Pierre, Naza, and Beelzebub, but in the past, we've had guarantees on Naza and Beelzebub as well, right? We had a redeem shop for Naza during his original event with Erlang Shen, and we actually had a shard assembly, shard summoning event, just like we have with Rosalia right now, for the carrion call, or Beelzebub's. That might have been the first one we ever did, actually. So Pierre's never had a guaranteed way. This is the closest you're gonna get. I do think he's the top choice. If you have Naza and you don't have the artifact, I'd say that's another super high choice, especially if you don't have Pierre. After that, I hope I reviewed them well enough for you to make the best choice for your account. If you're missing something and it's a hero you have and you want the artifact, I think that's how you should prioritize it. But the top 2 choices are Pierre and Naza. I obviously am picking Pierre. My Naza's maxed out, and I'm hoping I get Pierre. And when I get him, I really need this artifact. It's so good. You cannot sleep on that attack boost not being tied to the negative condition that comes with Tier of Twilight. And then the reductions for the Prismark are crazy. So that is my choice. I will be doing my summons pretty soon in a future video, so look forward to that. This is live for 3.5 more days. It's not running that long, so please make the right call for your account. I really hope this helped. This is a pretty fun video to film, so if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts below, and give it a big thumbs up. Thank you, share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.